Charlie's routine life as a cafe owner underwent a dramatic shift in 2021 when his casual hobby of metal detecting led to an extraordinary discovery. While exploring a piece of land in Warwickshire, a county rich in history, he stumbled upon something remarkable. The significance of this find was nearly overlooked, as it was on the brink of being just another day's search. Charlie's hobby, which usually had him uncovering mundane items, was about to catapult him into an unexpected adventure. This day, which began like any other, was set to reveal a hidden treasure that had lain dormant for centuries, waiting for the right moment and the right person to uncover its secrets. Metal Detectorist digs up an object and shrieks, then he learns he's uncovered a lost treasure. Charlie had nearly given up for the day, his metal detecting endeavors yielding nothing more than the usual suspects: fragments of an old automobile battery and scraps of iron. These typical finds, while sometimes interesting, rarely hinted at anything of historical value. However, just as he was about to call it quits, his metal detector signaled the presence of something extraordinary. This unexpected alert, piercing through the monotony of his usual finds, was about to transform an ordinary. Reflecting on this pivotal moment with the Financial Times, Charlie described his initial reluctance to continue digging that day. His frustration with the lack of significant finds was about to give way to resignation. Yet, a final attempt with his metal detector produced a high-pitched noise, indicating something potentially valuable beneath the surface. The discovery of gold was a turning point for Charlie, a moment that defied his expectations and challenged the notion of who could stumble upon such historically significant treasures. Uncovering gold is an event that captivates anyone, but Charlie soon realized the item he had found was more than just a piece of precious metal. Upon closer inspection, the artifact revealed characteristics that suggested it was not merely a random find, but an object of considerable historical importance. This realization marked a shift from a simple hobbyist's discovery to a potentially significant archaeological find, piquing Charlie's curiosity and hinting at a deeper story waiting to be uncovered. The artifact, a golden chain with a heart-shaped pendant, was adorned with intricate etchings of rose blooms and a pomegranate bush. On its reverse were the initials H and K. To the untrained eye, these details might seem merely decorative, but they held clues to a historical narrative deeply rooted in British royal history. The symbols and initials were not random, they were imbued with historical significance and pointed to a possible connection with the Tudor dynasty, a period known for its richness in history and drama. The roses, emblematic of the House of Tudor, and the pomegranate, specifically associated with Catherine of Aragon, provided strong hints about the pendant's origins. Catherine, the first wife of King Henry VIII, was a prominent figure in Tudor history. The initials H and K engraved on the pendant further corroborated this connection, strongly suggesting a link to Henry and Catherine. This realization brought historical context to the artifact, potentially linking it to one of the most tumultuous and fascinating periods in British history. As an amateur metal detectorist, Charlie may not have immediately grasped the full historical significance of his find. Recognizing the potential importance of the pendant, he wisely chose to consult experts at the British Museum. The museum's experts approached the artifact with caution, considering the possibility that it could be a 19th-century replica rather than an authentic Tudor relic. The careful scrutiny by professional historians and archaeologists was a necessary step in authenticating the artifact and unraveling the mysteries of its origin and significance. Rachel King, a specialist at the British Museum, shared her initial skepticism with the Financial Times regarding the pendant discovered by Charlie. She and her colleagues were initially doubtful due to the pendant's remarkable condition and unique characteristics. The British Museum, housing the largest collection of early Tudor period precious metal objects, had nothing comparable to this find. Most artifacts from that era are typically smaller and less elaborate. King's reaction underscores how extraordinary the pendant was. Items like this, especially from the early Tudor period, are exceedingly rare and have seldom been found intact. Despite initial doubts, thorough examination by the museum's experts led to a unanimous and exciting conclusion. The pendant was indeed an authentic piece from the Tudor period. The quality of the gold and the distinct marks of craftsmanship indicated that it was not a modern creation or a replica. This realization marked a significant moment in the study of Tudor artifacts, adding a rare and valuable piece to the historical record. The pendant's authenticity was a testament to the remarkable preservation and the skill of the Tudor artisans who crafted it. The confirmation of the pendant's authenticity had a profound impact on Rachel King and her team. According to The Guardian, King was so overwhelmed by the discovery that she had to sit down to absorb its significance. This reaction might seem dramatic, but it highlights the rarity and historical value of the find. Artifacts of this quality and relevance from the Tudor period are exceptionally rare, making this discovery a momentous occasion for historians and archaeologists. Experts believe that the pendant was likely created around the time of the Field of the Cloth of Gold, a significant diplomatic event in 1520, where Henry VIII of England met with Francis I of France. This historical context is crucial, as few paintings or artifacts from this period have survived, making the pendant a valuable source of insight into the artistic and cultural styles of the early 16th century. The pendant, therefore, not only holds intrinsic historical value, but also serves as a window into the aesthetics and symbolism of the Tudor court. The pendant's significance is also tied to the relationship between Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. It's plausible that such pendants were worn to celebrate their union, especially in the early years of their marriage. However, as their marriage famously deteriorated and ended in divorce, artifacts symbolizing their union would have become politically and socially less desirable. This makes the discovery of such an item even more surprising and intriguing, as it represents a tangible connection to a key period in Tudor history. While it's uncertain if the pendant belonged to Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon themselves, the high quality of the piece suggests it was owned by someone of significant status. The craftsmanship and materials indicate that it was an expensive item, likely beyond the means of ordinary citizens. This points to the possibility that the pendant was owned by a member of the nobility or someone close to the royal court. The size of the chain attached to the pendant offers clues about its owner. Its small size suggests it was likely designed for a woman, but there's also a possibility that it was a piece of show jewelry, meant more for display than actual wear. The latter theory raises interesting questions about the role and purpose of jewelry in Tudor society, and how such items were used in the context of social and political display. The discovery of this pendant in Warwickshire presents yet another mystery for the experts. The reasons behind its location and who might have brought it there are unclear. As King expressed to The Guardian, the historical background and journey of the pendant to Warwickshire remain enigmatic. This uncertainty adds to the intrigue of the find, opening up numerous possibilities and avenues for further research and exploration into the lives and movements of Tudor-era artifacts and their owners. At present, the monetary value of the Tudor pendant found by Charlie has not been officially determined. However, considering the artifact's rarity, historical significance, and the intricate craftsmanship, it is expected to be appraised at a substantial amount. Charlie, aware of his incredible fortune, has expressed his intention to share the proceeds with the landowner where the pendant was discovered, a gesture that acknowledges the role of chance and location in his remarkable find. This pending valuation is eagerly awaited. The discovery of the pendant has been particularly meaningful for Charlie, considering the implications for his young son. Charlie, a father to a 4-year-old boy who shares his name, sees the potential sale of the pendant as an opportunity to secure a bright future for his child. The prospect of providing a top-quality education for his son, made possible by this unexpected windfall, adds a personal and poignant dimension to the find. This aspect of the story highlights the transformative impact that such discoveries can have on the lives of individuals, turning a routine hobby into a potentially life-altering event. The impact of Charlie's discovery has not been lost on his young son, who is now inspired to follow in his father's footsteps. The idea of becoming a treasure hunter, fueled by the excitement and success of his father's find, has captured the young boy's imagination. Charlie Sr. shared with The Guardian his son's newfound fascination with treasure hunting, including dreams of jungle adventures and pirate treasure. This youthful enthusiasm reflects the universal allure of discovery and adventure. Charlie is acutely aware of the rarity of his find, resisting comparisons to winning the lottery. He emphasizes the uniqueness of his discovery, noting that while lottery wins are not uncommon, Unearthing an artifact of such historical and cultural significance is extraordinarily rare. This perspective highlights the exceptional nature of his discovery and sets it apart from more mundane occurrences of luck. The story of David and Andrew Whelan, another father-son duo of treasure hunters, parallels Charlie's experience. They, too, made a significant discovery, not of a royal jewel, but of something arguably even more remarkable, underscoring the fact that while rare, David and Andrew Whelan's journey to Harrogate, a short distance from their home, was initially unremarkable and appeared to be heading towards the usual outcome of many treasure hunting expeditions. However, their fortunes changed dramatically when they unearthed something extraordinary, a discovery that even Charlie Clark would admire. This moment transformed an ordinary day into a historically significant event, altering their lives and adding a new chapter to England's historical narrative. The discovery made by David and Andrew Whelan in January 2007 was destined to become known as the Vale of York Hoard. This remarkable find rewrote aspects of England's history, shedding light on the country's past over a millennium ago. The significance of the hoard extends beyond its monetary value, offering insights into the cultural and historical context of the period it dates from. The Vale of York Hoard stands as a testament to the potential impact of such discoveries on our understanding of history. The story of the Vale of York Hoard began on a winter morning when 60-year-old David and his 35-year-old son Andrew set out from Leeds, heading towards Harrogate. The town, known for its serene tourist attractions like tea rooms and baths, was about to become the site of a significant historical discovery. This expedition, a routine venture for the pair, was about to unveil a hidden treasure, reinforcing the notion that extraordinary finds can occur in the most unexpected places. On this particular day, the typically tranquil town of Harrogate in North Yorkshire was about to gain fame for a reason far beyond its peaceful charm. David, a semi-retired individual with a passion for metal detecting, planned to spend his Saturday in pursuit of this hobby with his son Andrew. As a surveyor, Andrew had a professional background in analyzing structures and land, yet the discovery they were about to make would surpass any of his professional experiences. Little did they know, their routine outing was going to lead to one of the most significant archaeological finds in recent history. Their shared hobby, which had brought them many hours of enjoyment, was on the cusp of turning into a momentous event, showcasing how a simple pastime can lead to extraordinary discoveries. Metal detecting had been a long-standing hobby for David and Andrew, who had been engaging in this pursuit for several years. Their many outings had seen them exploring various locations with their detectors, always in search of hidden treasures. Despite their experience and dedication, their efforts had, until that day in Harrogate, been largely unrewarding in terms of significant finds. This background of persistence and patience set the stage for their incredible discovery, highlighting the unpredictable nature of treasure hunting. The day's prospects initially seemed disappointing, as reported by The Independent. Eager to explore new grounds, David and Andrew approached several farms in the area, seeking permission to use their metal detectors on the land. However, their requests were met with refusal, leaving them with limited options and diminishing their hopes of making any noteworthy discoveries. This series of rejections underscored the challenges often faced by metal detectorists in gaining access to potential treasure troves. Frustration grew between David and Andrew as their day seemed to be heading towards a fruitless end. Deciding to give it one last try, they headed to a third farm, a location they had previously explored with unimpressive results. This decision, born out of a mix of desperation and hope, would soon prove to be fortuitous. Despite their low expectations, based on past experiences at this particular site, they were unaware that this land held a secret waiting to be unearthed. Reflecting on that day, David recounted to the Mail Online in 2007, "It was a last resort really. Their previous visits to this field had only yielded mundane items like metal scraps and buttons, nothing to hint at the hidden riches below." However, as they began their search, little did they know that their persistence was about to be rewarded in a most extraordinary way. This experience would serve as a testament to the unpredictable nature of treasure hunting, where perseverance can sometimes lead to remarkable outcomes. The exact location of David and Andrew's momentous discovery has been kept confidential, but it's known to have occurred in the vicinity of Harrogate, a region steeped in a rich archaeological heritage. Despite their prior unfruitful searches in this area, they were about to uncover a treasure in a land that forms part of one of England's most historically significant landscapes. This context underscores the potential for significant archaeological finds even in areas that might seem unremarkable at first glance. To provide a sense of the region's historical richness, one needs only to consider the area around Scotch Corner, located approximately 40 miles north of the discovery site. This location has been the site of significant archaeological findings, including a Roman settlement believed to be older than the one at Carlisle. The artifacts and structures unearthed at Scotch Corner have contributed to reshaping narratives about ancient Britain, demonstrating the area's importance and understanding the country's historical and cultural evolution. This backdrop of rich archaeological discoveries in North Yorkshire adds further significance to David and Andrew's find, placing it within a broader context of historical richness and discovery. The archaeological findings at Scotch Corner have reshaped our understanding of Roman history in northern England. The age of the settlement, as revealed by recent excavations, indicates that the Romans established a presence in the region much earlier than previously thought. Among the remarkable discoveries at the site were several coins produced locally, signifying the existence of what was then the northernmost mint in Europe. Intriguingly, archaeologists have also unearthed evidence suggesting that the ancient inhabitants of this settlement practiced rituals aimed at protecting themselves from what they believed were zombie attacks. These findings not only provide insights into the economic activities of the time, but also offer a unique glimpse into the cultural and spiritual beliefs of the early inhabitants of northern England. Roughly 25 miles east of Scotch Corner lies York, a city steeped in history. Founded by the Romans in 71 AD, York thrived as a prosperous Roman outpost for several centuries. Its importance continued until around 400 AD, when its fortunes began to wane. Subsequently, the region was taken over by the Angles, who established York as the capital of one of their kingdoms. The city's rich history, marked by periods of prosperity and decline, reflects the dynamic nature of power and culture in ancient Britain. Under the rule of the Angles, York regained its status as an influential city. It became a center for royal and ecclesiastical power, as well as a bustling hub for trade and commerce. However, the city's fortunes shifted once again in 866 AD with the arrival of Viking invaders. The Vikings established Jorvik, carving out a kingdom that left a lasting imprint on the region. They built churches and palaces, transforming the landscape and culture of the area they conquered. Modern-day York is renowned for its picturesque medieval architecture, a testament to its rich historical legacy. Over the years, numerous archaeological discoveries have been made in and around York, shedding light on its Roman and Viking past. David and Andrew's exploration in the nearby area was set against this backdrop of historical richness, hinting at the possibility of uncovering another significant chapter in the region's past. Harrogate, where David and Andrew were conducting their search, boasts its own intriguing historical background. Close to the town center lie the ruins of Isurium Brigantum, a significant Roman city. Additionally, the area played host to various Viking communities, evidence of the widespread influence of the Danish invaders across Yorkshire. This rich tapestry of history, encompassing Roman and Viking eras, provided a fertile ground for potential archaeological discoveries. The anticipation surrounding David and Andrew's discovery in a North Yorkshire field was palpable. Was the hidden treasure a relic from the time of Roman rule, perhaps a remnant of the era when Roman legions traversed the countryside? Or could it be linked to the region's later occupants, such as the Vikings or medieval inhabitants? The possibilities were as varied as the rich history of the area, each potential outcome promising to add a new dimension to our understanding of the past. The moment of discovery was marked by a signal from their metal detecting equipment, as David recounted to The Guardian. After removing a couple of shovels of soil, the signal intensified, indicating something significant beneath the surface. This moment, filled with anticipation and excitement, was a turning point for the father and son. Their persistent efforts in the field of treasure hunting were about to be rewarded, potentially unveiling a hidden chapter of history long buried under the soil of North Yorkshire. Avid's recount of the discovery to metal detecting portal captured the palpable excitement of the moment. He described how, as he continued to dig, a clump of earth rolled out of the hole, revealing a coin embedded within. This initial find was only the beginning of their incredible discovery. Soon after, they unearthed a cup, its surface encased in layers of debris accumulated over centuries. Andrew shared their emotional state at the time, saying they were shaking with excitement as they carefully extracted it from the ground. This moment marked the transition from an ordinary metal detecting outing to an extraordinary archaeological discovery. The pair realized they had stumbled upon something significant, a realization that sent waves of exhilaration and disbelief through them. Demonstrating remarkable restraint, David and Andrew resisted the urge to examine their find in the field. Instead, they transported the cup back to their home in Leeds and promptly informed their local finds liaison officer. Amy Cooper, relatively new to the field of archaeological discoveries, arrived to inspect the find. Her involvement marked the beginning of a process that would lead to a deeper understanding of the significance of their discovery. This decision to involve professionals and handle the artifact with care was a crucial step in ensuring its preservation and proper examination. Cooper's inspection confirmed the suspicions of David and Andrew. They had indeed found something extraordinary. Recognizing the importance of the artifact, she arranged for it to be sent to the British Museum for further analysis. At the museum, expert conservators meticulously worked on the cup, carefully cataloging each aspect of the discovery. This move to the British Museum marked a new phase in the life of the artifact, transitioning from a buried relic to a subject of scholarly study and conservation. In recognition of their responsible approach to the discovery, David and Andrew were invited to the British Museum to observe the conservation process. Witnessing the careful extraction of additional treasures from within the cup was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for them. The items revealed during this process cemented the find as one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in England in the last 150 years. This was a moment of validation for the father and son, highlighting the importance of their discovery and their contribution to the understanding of England's historical heritage. The cup itself was a remarkable artifact. Made of silver and adorned with an elaborate design featuring deer, lions, and vines, it was also lined with a layer of pure gold. This exquisite craftsmanship indicated the cup's significant value and historical importance. Experts were able to trace the origins of the cup to northern France, suggesting it might have once been used as a communion vessel in a church. This connection to religious practices in northern France provided a fascinating glimpse into the cultural and religious exchanges of the period. Inside the cup, the conservators found an array of additional treasures, each with its own story to tell. Among these were a solid gold arm ring of possible Irish origin, several pieces of silver jewelry, and a variety of decorative accessories. However, the most remarkable part of the hoard was the extensive collection of silver coins, totaling over 600. The presence of these coins hinted at the vast network of trade and cultural exchange that existed during the time the hoard was buried. The significance of the discovery lay not only in the quantity of coins, but also in their diverse origins. Many of the coins and artifacts had traveled vast distances to be buried in the soil of North Yorkshire. Some originated from regions as far-flung as Central Asia, while others came from Russia, Afghanistan, and North Africa. This diverse array of origins painted a picture of a highly interconnected world where trade routes and cultural exchanges spanned vast distances. The discovery by David and Andrew offered a tangible link to this ancient world of global connections and interactions. Jonathan Williams from the British Museum encapsulated the essence of the discovery made by David and Andrew Whelan with his remark to The Guardian in 2007. "This is the world in a vessel." This statement highlights the global significance of the find and the myriad of questions it raised. How did such a diverse collection of treasures end up in an unassuming field in northern England? The mystery surrounding the burial and subsequent forgetting of such valuable items for centuries adds to the intrigue of the find. These artifacts, hailing from various corners of the globe, represent a microcosm of the world as it was in the 10th century, offering a unique snapshot of the cultural and economic exchanges of the time. The discovery not only sheds light on the past, but also raises questions about the circumstances that led to such a rich collection of items being buried and lost to history for so long. The Vale of York hoard, as the treasure trove discovered by David and Andrew came to be known, dates back to the 10th century BC, a period following the Viking invasion of England. Experts believe that the hoard was likely assembled by Danish Vikings, who were known not only for their marauding and looting, but also for their extensive trade networks. This collection of artifacts reflects the far-reaching influence and activities of the Vikings during their expeditions across Europe and beyond. The presence of items from various regions of the world in the hoard provides evidence of the Vikings' widespread trading connections and their impact on the cultural and economic landscape of the time. One of the most remarkable items in the hoard, the silver and gold cup, bears striking similarities to another cup found in a Viking hoard at Halton Moor, located just 18 miles south of Harrogate. Both cups are believed to have originated from the Carolingian Empire, which once spanned a significant portion of Western and Central Europe. The fall of this empire in the 9th century to Viking invaders likely led to these precious items being looted and eventually transported to England. The connection between these two cups and the Carolingian Empire provides a glimpse into the extent of Viking raids and their impact on the Vikings' journey through the remnants of the Carolingian Empire involved extensive looting of valuable items, which may explain how the cups found their way to England. It's possible that these cups were taken as spoils of war from their original French locations during the Viking invasion. Alternatively, they could have been given as tribute by the local population in an effort to prevent further Viking raids and destruction. The journey of these items from their original homes to the English soil reflects the turbulent times of the Viking invasions and the shifting powers in Europe. The coins discovered within the Vale of York hoard add another layer to the story, illustrating the extensive trade networks of the Vikings. The coins' origins from various parts of the world reveal the global reach of Viking trade, providing insights into the economic and cultural exchanges that occurred during this period. Even the coins minted locally in England offer historical revelations, challenging previously held beliefs about the region's history and control during the Viking era. The presence of these coins in areas such as Staffordshire and Yorkshire, previously thought to have been under Anglo-Saxon control by the time the hoard was accumulated, suggests that the Vikings were actively minting their currency in these regions until the 10th century. For instance, a coin inscribed with Warwickshire links it to a settlement that was a focal point of conflict between the Vikings and Anglo-Saxons. This finding challenges the narrative of Anglo-Saxon dominance in northern England during this period and suggests a more complex political landscape. The discovery of the Vale of York hoard has led experts to reconsider the historical narrative of early medieval England. Gareth Williams, a curator at the British Museum, spoke to The Independent about how the hoard is transforming our understanding of this era. It appears that the Anglo-Saxons may have used propaganda to assert their control over northern England, even while Viking influence and presence were still strong in the region. This revelation underscores the complexity of historical narratives and how new discoveries can significantly alter our understanding of the past. The Vale of York hoard, therefore, not only provides a treasure trove of artifacts, but also serves as a catalyst for re-evaluating the history of Viking and Anglo-Saxon interactions in England. Gareth Williams, speaking about the Vale of York hoard, emphasized its unparalleled significance in modern times. "There's been nothing like it for over 150 years," he stated, underscoring the magnitude of the discovery. The hoard's extensive array of artifacts offers a window into the political, cultural, and economic aspects of the Viking era. These items, sourced from diverse regions, illustrate the vast network of cultural and economic contacts that existed during this period. Moreover, the hoard also provides clues about its burial, why it was hidden, and why its original owner may have never returned to reclaim it. These artifacts not only represent a treasure trove of historical objects, but also serve as a puzzle piece in understanding the complex dynamics of the Viking Age. The hoard's timeline is key to understanding its historical context. The most recent coin in the collection is an Anglo-Saxon piece dated to 927 AD, the year King Aethelstan claimed dominion over a united Britain and conquered Yorkshire. This event marked a significant shift in power, leading to the Vikings being ousted from the region. The presence of this coin within the hoard suggests it was buried around a time of significant political upheaval, offering insights into the turbulent history of England during this era. The decision to bury the hoard likely stemmed from the political turmoil following Athelstan's conquest of Yorkshire. The owner, possibly a wealthy Viking, may have hidden the treasure intending to retrieve it once the situation stabilized. However, despite a brief resurgence of Viking power in the region after Athelstan's death, their rule was nearing its end. This change in fortunes likely prevented the hoard's owner from ever returning to reclaim their buried wealth, leaving it hidden for centuries until its discovery by David and Andrew. The discovery of the Vale of York hoard has contributed to the ongoing reassessment of Viking history. While recent scholarship has highlighted the Vikings' roles as traders and settlers, this hoard brings attention back to their image as invaders and conquerors. It serves as a reminder of the multifaceted nature of Viking society, which included both peaceful trade and brutal conquest. From a financial standpoint, the Vale of York hoard initially garnered an estimated value of around £750,000, nearly $1.1 million in today's currency. However, in the years following its discovery, its value surged by over 40%, reflecting its extraordinary significance and rarity. This substantial valuation underscores the hoard's importance not only historically but also monetarily. The silver cup, a standout item within the hoard, is now thought to be worth about £200,000 on its own. This raises questions about the financial compensation for David and Andrew Whelan, whose efforts led to the hoard's unearthing. Their role in bringing this significant historical treasure to light is undeniable, and thus their share of the hoard's value is a matter of considerable interest. In 2009, the Vale of York hoard was jointly acquired by the British Museum and York Museums Trust. The proceeds from this acquisition were split between the Whelans and the owner of the land where the hoard was found. Despite this financial gain, David Whelan expressed a non-materialistic view of the discovery to The Guardian. He remarked, "We don't need anything. We've got all we want. It's a thing of dreams to find something like this. If we had found just one coin, we would have been over the moon." This statement reflects the intrinsic value and excitement of the find, beyond its monetary worth. Following their remarkable discovery, David and Andrew have returned to the field multiple times, though without further significant finds. The Vale of York hoard, meanwhile, has gained public attention, featuring in a touring exhibition across Europe and London, before finding a permanent home at the Yorkshire Museum. This exposure allows the public to appreciate the historical significance of the hoard and its contribution to understanding the Viking era in England. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.